Hello students, in this video lecture, I'll be taking another example of DFA minimization using partition method. So in my previous video, I've already explained DFA minimization using partition method. So this is the next example. So here in this example, we can see we have 5 states and transition graph as well as transition table both are given. So any one can be given to you or both can be given. So if I have a transition graph, I can write the corresponding transition table. If I have a transition table, I can write the corresponding transition graph. So here Q0 is the start state, Q4 is the final state. So what was the first step of the partition method? We need to identify any unreachable state. So unreachable state is a state which cannot be reached from the start state. So we can see here from Q0, I have a direct path to Q1. And from Q0, I have a direct path to Q3. So both are reachable. And from Q1, I can reach to Q2 and Q4. So these two are also reachable from the start state. So there is no unreachable state. So no need to remove any state. Then the next one is we are going to have two partition. One partition we are going to write all non-final states. And the second partition we are going to write the final state. So here we have only one final state. So in final, the second partition, I'm going to have only Q4. In first partition, all these Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3 are non-final. So I'm going to keep those states. Then we are going to write the transition table. Okay, so now here we can see Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so like now I want to see whether I can group them together instead of having 4 separate states Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Can I group them? So we'll see for the transition for input A and B. So if I say Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so for input A you see here it is coming Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2. So Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2 only is coming. So both are from the same group. So no issues. For input B, see here for this it is coming Q3. For other three Q1, Q2 and Q3 it is coming Q4. So for Q0 it is coming Q3. For Q1, Q2 and Q3 for input B it is coming Q4. So that means Q3 and Q4 we can see here Q3 is from the first partition and Q4 is from the second partition. That means I cannot keep them together. So Q0 is going to be put in the another group. So we are going to have one more partition. So that is also non-final. So here I am going to have Q0 and this Q1, Q2, Q3 in one group. Why we have kept Q1, Q2, Q3 in one group? Because now if I say Q1, Q2, Q3, here I am getting Q1, Q2 that is in one group. Here I am getting Q4 that is from another group. Why I have separated Q0? Because here for input B I was getting Q3 for Q0 and for Q1, Q2, Q3 I was getting Q4. So Q3 was for this partition, Q4 was for another partition. So that's why we have to make one more partition. Next, we are having these three partition Q0, Q2, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Okay, now we will see again, can we partition like we have to keep this group only or further we need to partition. So we'll see again. Q0, A and B I am getting Q1 and Q3. So Q1, Q3 are from the same group. Fine. For Q1, Q2, Q3, here I am getting Q1, Q2, here I am getting Q4. That means Q1, Q2 are from this group, Q4 is from another group. That is also fine. And for Q4, both are Q4. So that is fine. So that means further, I cannot further partition it. So now these are the three groups. Finally, three groups we are going to get. So now Q0 will be one group. This instead of having three different groups Q1, Q2, Q3, this will be grouped together and Q4 will be another group. So Q0 was the start state. So here Q0 will be the start state. Q4 is the final state. This will be the final state. So I'm going to write the transition table for the minimized DFA. For Q0, A and B, we will retain the same thing Q1, Q3. For Q1, Q2, Q3, A and B, what we are getting? We are getting Q1, Q2, here we are getting Q4. So now I don't have Q1, Q2 any states. We have Q1, Q2, Q3. So I'm going to write here Q1, Q2. Actually, we have to write, we are getting Q1, Q2 here. But while drawing the transition graph, it will be self loop on that state itself. Because I don't have a state Q1, Q2. Now I have Q1, Q2, Q3. For input B, we are getting Q4. So it will go to Q4. And for Q4, input A and B both is Q4. So it is going to be a self loop on Q4. So I hope you have understood the minimization of DFA using partition method, and you have understood this example also. So I will end the video. Thank you for watching.